I've been a professional street basketball player for 11 years. I'm the UK and European streetball champion. I'm currently the face of UK basketball with a great scheme called Sporting Champions, where I get to go around sort of deprived areas, schools, youth clubs, to get kids to pick up a basketball.
And there it is! And now, we have got another football over here, signed by the Conman himself.
I currently hold 15 basketball world records, and a few of them are here. If I had to choose my favourite Guinness World Record, that's pretty tough. Oh, let's do the top three. Top three is spinning a basketball on my elbow for the longest time. Most amount of arm rolls, which is this move here, and I do 120 in 60 seconds. But my favourite Guinness World Record is the most backward shots from halfway without looking, shooting the basketball, and I did 6 in 60 seconds. That's definitely my favourite Guinness World Record, and that's a little bit about me.
Hello? Yeah. I want the world record for that shit.
My first video, like shabam, it was like boom, you know, like it just the whole world went like bam, like Conman, hey, whoosh, like check out some streetball magic, you know what I mean? Like don't use no. So how I first started out was I got my first video ready for online. The editor brought over the video, was like, hey dude, you know, like the video's ready, and I'm like, oh, I remember just feeling like, oh, I'm really super nervous about it. Been filming like up and down the UK, just trying to bust out all these crazy streetball moves for my first online video. Brought over, and I remember sort of just sitting there like super nervous about it. And all I remember was just the first 15 seconds, like boom, boom, wow, boom. And then boom, boom, wow, boom.
The streets is hungry.
And I was like, oh man, this feels good. The music was just like, just set there, and I was like, oh, like, watch the whole video. And I just remember it giving me a feeling of just, I can't really even explain it. I was just blown away by the whole thing, really. The video was epic. It was super nerve-wracking. I remember putting it out online the next day, and within 2 days it had gone super viral. I think it was on like 2 million plus in 2 days. I remember doing like 40, 50 interviews within sort of a 3 or 4 day period. Magazines, people doing online interviews. And I remember just sort of at the end of the week, just sat there like, what just happened? Like this last 5 or 6 days, I was blown away. And I remember just sort of sat there, and I was thinking, wow, like, are my dreams coming true, you know? Because I knew that I had the streetball moves that had never been seen, and I knew, I felt like I could do something really special. It was just sort of getting that confirmation from everybody that they really enjoyed the video and the moves. I was super touched, super excited. But what was more nerve-wracking than releasing the first streetball video was I actually had a second video ready. It was kind of like I was going to release both videos at the same time, but the first video did so well, and obviously all the interviews and everything came. It was a bit sort of overwhelming that week, and I still had this second video. It was a freestyle basketball video. It was different to obviously the streetball, but it had never seen moves in. It was the same feel, really exciting music, motivational, sort of that inspiration that you need when you watch a video that sort of gets you going. So I put it out online about 6 days after the streetball video, and that video went, you know, I think it hit the same, about 2-3 million in a few days. So that combination of the two videos together was I mean, it started my whole career for me, all within a very short space of time. And the freestyle video, I remember being in the car park for like 12, 13 hours just shooting this video, you know, on a tripod camera, 7 a.m. till sort of probably about 9 p.m. that night. I just was in the car park just shooting this video, just trying to do all these crazy freestyle basketball tricks, and I would not leave until I had 60 or 70% never seen moves before. So it was really important for me to sort of keep going, let my mind just keep being as creative as possible until I felt happy that I'd done moves that had never been seen. So there's some really, even now when I watch it, I'm like, how did I even pull that move off? I'm like, what? So some of the moves that stand out were, I remember throwing the ball up through this leg, and then I spun over and I caught the ball on the back of this bit right here, like just on the spacious spine. And I remember the basketball landing perfectly in that little dimple, and I went, oh my God, it stayed there. Like, I couldn't believe I pulled it off. I remember just getting up, I threw the basketball on the floor. I was like, oh my, I was, you know, going around the car park thinking, wow, I pulled off a crazy move. So that's kind of how the video went. I kind of was like, until I had those moments of like, no one's ever pulled this off before, or what. That's how I kind of did all my videos. That's how I always started, because to get a good start, I felt you had to sort of be so creative that that no one else was doing these moves and stuff. Viral, like super viral. Viral! Viral! So I had a basketball stage show about 6 hours away from home. We left really early in the morning, like 7 a.m. There was 2,000 people ready to watch me do some skills on stage. So as I was making different videos, I would always sort of pick the best. Oh, that move would be wicked in that video, and I'd move it over here. And sort of over 3 or 4 months, I sort of had a compilation of a 2-minute video with some of the best streetball moves I've ever done. My Sino Con, when I whipped down the shorts of the other guy. Some of the alley-oops that were in the video as well, off the wall. Never been seen at the time, off the heel kick. Over 3 or 4 months, I put this cool video together and I'd posted it on my Facebook wall. Now at the time, I had 7,000 likes on my Facebook. So I was thinking, if I can get like 200 or 300 likes, I'll be super stoked, I'll be happy with it. And I remember I was with my friend, Ash Randall. About an hour into the journey, he was just checking. He was like, oh man, your video's doing really well on Facebook, man. It's got 10,000 views. I'm like, really? 10,000 views? Oh, we only left like an hour ago. And I'm like, oh, so I was stoked. I was like, oh, that's really well. I'm pleased with that. Going up north now, still didn't think that much of it. Man, I got 50,000 views. Dude, 250,000 views. So, get to this huge show up north. 6 hours it took there. The video's on 900 and something thousand, 930,000, something like that. And I'm like, oh, it's so close. I'm getting ready to get on stage, you know, I'm getting changed. I'm like, what's the video on? What's the video on? Trying to put my shorts on, trying to get everything ready. What's the video on? He's like 960, 970, 980. And I'm like, what time am I on? What time am I on? He's like, you're on 2 minutes. I'm like, come on, I need to know that I've hit 1 million before I go on stage. Come on, I can't like leave this whole experience like to go on stage. And I'm like, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do. So this is why I'm telling you about it, because it was a mental day. So I'm like, literally 10, 9, 8, like what's on? 995,000, like 3, 2, 1. And as I step out, all I hear in the background is 1 million. Like that's all I hear is like 1 million. And then I go out on stage and I have this amazing feeling. Like I stood on stage, there's 2,000 people there. I was like, okay, so I started trying to do tricks and stuff like this, and I said, oh, I was going to the show and stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's it on? I've hit 1 million. I'm trying to so hard concentrate on this whole show. So, show comes off. First thing I do, Ash, what's it on? What's it on? What's it on? you're never gonna guess what it's on. I said, what's it on, man? What's it on? Tell me what it's on. I was like, come on. The whole show, I was like, wow, what's going on? He's like, it's on 2.3 million. I'm like, 2.3 million? I've been on stage 40 minutes. It's on 2.3 million. I was like, running over here. I was running over there. I was like, oh my God. So many people watching it. It's 3 million, 3.5 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million. Remember that whole day just being epic. Just all from just making a compilation of all the best streetball moves that I've got. And I made that video over, say, 3 or 4 months. And yeah, man, that day was crazy. So yeah, the video went super viral. I was super stoked. Thank you so much for everyone for watching that video, because I had the best day ever. Epic video. The most epic video, I'm gonna have to say, where I take over a shopping centre at night. So I remember giving them a call and I was like, hey, you know, I'm Tom Connors, you know, I've got these world records and I'm a streetball guy and we'd love to come and do a video and take over your shopping centre. And I remember it was just sort of, it was the hardest sell ever. They were like, you want to bounce a basketball inside the shopping centre and you want to bring a hoop? And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be great, you know, it's going to be great. We'll be able to, you know, promote your shopping centre. And he's like, hold on, you want to bring a hoop? I was like, oh man, this is going to be so hard to get us in this shopping centre. But we managed to pull it off. Now the deal was we had 3 hours to pull off this whole video, and I mean set up, shoot, pack and leave. But what we weren't expecting was the organisers sort of hired us, bought us a hoop, okay, and it was flat packed. So we were expecting a hoop ready made. So we're like, oh man, okay, so bearing in mind now we're setting up, it's already 10 or 15 minutes into the shoot. We had to build this whole basketball net. It was a nightmare, it was leaking water. We had a leaky basketball hoop. It was just water everywhere we went, throughout the whole shopping centre. We had to get a towels everywhere we were going, just try and keep the water off. I was like, look, did they see that? I was just trying to sort of keep it wiped. So there's no water anywhere. But we actually had about, I'd say we had about an hour and 45 minutes. By the time we'd built the basketball hoop, sorted out the leak, and it wasn't easy with the water to drag it, you know, where we wanted to do and set the shot up. So every time we were setting a shot up, it was, guys, man, it's taking 10 minutes every single time. And I remember just sort of really being under a lot of pressure from the organisers, because they were at the top and they would go, you got 2 hours left. You got an hour and a half left. Like, you know, like, you have one, yes, we know. Thank you so much for adding more pressure to the whole shoot. Thankfully, I mean, like, there was one trick shot where I bounced it off the step. And I remember doing it on the second shot. So I was like, hey, okay, great, we nailed that one. And he was like, what about if we just hit it off the top step, then the second step, and then go in? And I'm like, you do realize how long we have right now? Do you hear what you just said? So I got the ball and I was like, okay, first time, boom, hit off the top step, boom, into the basket, and I was stoked. I was like, I remember just going, all you hear is like, yes! Because I couldn't believe I'd hit it first time. So I was quite lucky in some of the shots I'd actually hit in first time. I remember being at the top of the stands, shooting the basketball down onto the floor, and then it bounced off and into the basketball hoop. I did that first time as well. So I felt the pressure was probably an added bonus, because I felt, you know, I had to hit these shots. To me, my best epic video was me taking over a shopping centre at night. God damn! So, I have 2 of the best street dancers in Europe. I have the UK and European BMX champion. I have Ash Randu, who holds 17 football Guinness World Records, doing some crazy football skills. I also have a breakdancer there and myself. So we had about 4 hours to do the whole thing. So the actors turn up, we have to give them the scripts, we have to set each shot up, we all have to get changed, we have to set the cameras up. And I remember trying to organize everybody. I'm trying to do the tricks, I'm trying to do the skills, I'm trying to give the scripts, I'm trying to direct. I'm like, oh my goodness, like the Conman is a director now. Well, the Conman is like, oh yeah, can you do this? This is the script. Can you do, oh yeah, I could do some basketball tricks here, blah, blah. And each scene was difficult to set up because it was leading on. We had to sort of think about each shot. Every time that the stunt guys were doing tricks in between segments, had to be scripted, had to be choreographed. Every single step from A to Z had to be done. I've written the script, I'm directing, I'm trying to be in the video. I'm like, the Conman can't do 10 things all at once. And do you know what? The whole 4 hours was mad stressful. If you've missed one bit, because the whole thing was a script, it's not going to work. I remember one of the best moments of the video was the breakdancer was spinning on top of the piano, and it's a grand piano, right? And he's spinning on his head, and I set this shot up. I was like, oh my god, this is going to be epic, right? So we're doing the whole thing. When we finished the video, the organisers come in and they say, now you did see in the email that you wasn't allowed to use the piano and you wasn't allowed to use this. And I was like, what piano? Oh, the black piano downstairs. He's only spinning on his head on the black piano, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. So when it comes to the edit, I'm like, oh, what do I do? Because it was such an epic scene. It was just an amazing clip. And I was like, if we don't use it, like no one will ever see it. So I remember putting it out, I remember sending it to the organizer with a massive, in bold, I'm really sorry. So some of the superpowers in the series where, say for example, Ash is downstairs, right, and he needs to come up to where I am. Now he can use his superpower to jump up and land, but he can't jump down. So my superpower is I can jump down and he can jump up. So we're trying to sort of make that work. Then we had someone who could teleport. So Sean is like a rookie to the team. He's a youngster, right? And he hasn't quite sort of perfected how to use his superpower. So he keeps like being eager, he keeps wanting to try his superpower, right? So I remember jumping off the balcony and he hitting, smashing the wall, and he's and landed in the water, right?
No.
Yes. I'm part of SPX now.
Yeah?
I've got the power. No, come on!
Oh no.
And I remember just going, dude, you kill Sean. Dude, you kill Sean. He's like, no, you kill Sean.
No, you kill Sean.
And I'm like, even now laughing about it because we tried so many times to get that scene right. Oh no. Oh shit, okay, sorry.
Sean! Dude, you killed Sean.
I didn't kill Sean, it was your fault.
It had to be funny, we had to remember what we were saying. And every time it was like, dude, you killed Sean. And it just got more and more funny.
Action.
Oh, Sean! Dude, you killed Sean.
I didn't kill Sean, it was your fault.
Wait.
Action.
Oh, Sean! Dude, you killed Sean.
I didn't kill Sean, it was your fault.
30, 40, 50 takes of the same thing.
Action.
Oh, Sean! Dude, you killed Sean.
I didn't kill Sean, it was your fault. Action. Action.
You ready? There you go. So have a look behind the scenes. There's some the Super Skill series. Even I was like, who killed Sean? Who killed Sean?
No way! Don't do that!
Fails. Listen, I'm not showing any fails of me going wrong. I'm just saying let's just concentrate on people getting murked and getting people conned, you know, and do my thing, you know. Like I don't want to show fails. Okay, are we good with that? Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's go on to the next question, people. Okay, so I think the most embarrassing streetball move that I've pulled off was the See No Con, which is the move, my special move, where I jump around, spin, put the basketball in my shorts. He looking for the ball, like, where's it, where's it? And I whip his shorts down. And I remember pulling off, it was perfect. Like, I've done many see no cons, but this one was by far the best one. So sticking with the defenders right now, the second most, I don't know, embarrassing streetball move I've pulled off on someone. I'm at an open run. We got the MC, we got the music, everything's going on. And I remember pulling off the scorpion off the head for the first time. Super clean, okay? So I'm on basketball court, and I whip it back. So I pulled off the super crit, the crowd went crazy. And all I remember was looking around and seeing the MC, like he's like hosting the whole game, right? And he's on the floor, literally laughing to the point where he's crying.
Oh my God.
So I'm sat down in the basketball, the fence is behind, the hoop's really over there. Shoot, bam! Like, no. Okay, go again.
Nah, that was way left.
Any good? No, miles away.
That was too far right.
Take 7, take 10, take 15, take 20, take 25. Come on, I hit this, I want to hit this. It must have taken me at least 50 shots.
That was long though. That was right.
I had bored everybody to death. In the end, boom, I got it, I threw it back, and all I did was and everybody go, whoa, and I stood up and I was like, yeah!
Stand up! Stand up! No, long that top! Worth it!